Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. You are listening to the Daly Dose Sports Podcast, and I am your host, Clint Daly, coming to you from the Mile High City here in Denver, Colorado, and we are back for another week of talking sports with a dose of common sense. Hey, happy Wednesday to you. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed that Super Bowl. I hope your week is going well. We are halfway to another weekend. I hope you, your family, your friends, everyone in your world is staying strong and staying healthy right now, because kids, we've got some bad news for you. Football is over. And you know, we're not going to get it back until like late next summer. Okay, so how are we going to survive the next 5 to 6 months? The Super Bowl just pulled 128 million viewers. That is more than the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL combined in their finals. But you know the problem for those other leagues? The NFL has parity. And while it's painful, it's what makes it so good. Every year we see teams move up. Every year we see teams slide down. Well, what about Major League Baseball? Oh, the Dodgers just bought every player. They're going to just dominate everything again? Cool. That should be fun. Well, what about the NBA? Oh, the Celtics are coasting, even though they're really, really good. Oklahoma City should be really tough, but the league is doing their best to make the Los Angeles Lakers a contender. And now we find out that Anthony Davis has a serious knee injury. Oh, and by the way, the Dallas Mavericks knew about it and still made that trade for him and got rid of Luka. A little bit dirty there. The NHL has the Carolina Hurricanes looking like the big dog favorite over there. This isn't good. I want parity. I want competition is what I want. And I hate to say it, but we'd better enjoy college basketball while we have it. How tight is college basketball this year? This past weekend, 5 of the top 25 teams got upset. Number 1 Auburn got beat at home, and they kept their number 1 ranking because teams under them all got beat too. Hey, March Madness is going to have to tide me over for a while. We are headed for a barren desert in the sports calendar, kids. Do your best to try to find something to watch. And as usual here at The Dose, we will try to navigate you through this rough time. Hey, remember, you should be stopping by DailyDoseSports.com every week. Check out the new things we have going over there. We have new articles going up. We have links to the podcast. We have links to the video. And speaking of a desert, you want to put yourself in the desert? Don't get your significant other something for Valentine's Day this weekend. Yeah, that'll get you in a desert real quick. A desert called the couch. Hey, if you're not sure what to get them, you can always head over to DailyDoseSports.com, pick up a new Daily Dose hoodie, Daily Dose t-shirt, Daily Dose sweatshirt, Daily Dose baseball hat. We've got a number of different styles over there and a number of different things for you to choose from. Make sure you're stopping by DailyDoseSports.com and checking out what is going on over there. Plus, you can email the podcast at DailyDoseSports@gmail.com. We always enjoy hearing from you. Hey, I told you we'd have something different this week on The Dose. We went ahead and recorded as soon as Super Bowl 59 ended And I'm telling you, we had a number of subjects to discuss. We talked about the big game. We talked about a number of other things. But trust me, we've got a jam-packed show for you today. In fact, we have so much, we've got to get over to that right now. Hey, I told you we were going to have something a little different for you this week on the Daily Dose, and we absolutely do. Let's kick it off right now because we are recording this immediately following the ending of Super Bowl 59, where the Philadelphia Eagles just beat the brakes off the Kansas City Chiefs. And we are fortunate enough to be here at the mayor's house and the mayor's lovely wife here in the Northern Plains. And I know it all sounds very, very glamorous. Hanging out with the university president, kicking it with Terrell Davis and the football team in the end zone, sitting courtside at basketball games. But I want to assure you, this is just business as usual up here with the Northern Plains Glitterati. Hey, I've got to welcome the mayor first and foremost. Mayor, welcome to the Daily Dose. We've been wanting to get you in for a little while now. Glad to have you.
Hey, I'm welcome to be here. It's always good to have a celebrity here too, as you.
Well, here we go. Hey, we've also got the mayor's lovely wife. We want to say thank you for having us. Thank you for hosting us. We appreciate you having us here today.
Yeah, that's the first lady.
The first lady. Okay, we'll go to the first lady. We got the mayor. We got the first lady. Hey, first and foremost, we've got a few people here in the peanut gallery. Do we have any Kansas City Chiefs fans? Are there any Chiefs fans here? Let me hear you if there's any? No Chiefs. Do we have any Eagles fans here today? Do we have any Eagles fans? Okay. Little bit. Yeah. It's kind of neutral. But we're cheering for the Eagles. Do we have any Broncos fans here today? Okay. And I'm just checking. Do we have any Raiders fans or maybe Cowboys fans here? We got a Cowboys fan here?
No.
Okay. All right. Hey, I don't want to denigrate the Cowboys fans or anything. Denigrate means to talk down to. I don't want to do that, but we're glad to have you here. Hey,
he said he was going to commit suicide 3 times this
well,
because of
Hey,
3 times.
Hey, we've also got give first name and where you're from. Give me your first name and where you're from.
Brad.
And you're from?
Fort Collins.
From Fort Collins. Wow, we've got the mayor. We've got the first lady. We've got Brad coming in from Fort Collins. Hey, what in the world just happened? We're sitting here thinking, hey, the Chiefs have been playing in tight games all year. That's nothing new. They weren't in a tight game today. They just got obliterated by the Eagles. Philly was better up front. Philly was better at quarterback. Philly was better on defense. Game ends, Philadelphia 40, Kansas City 22. It wasn't that close, was it? It did not feel like that at all. Hey, the Chiefs have won an NFL record 17 straight one-possession games. Chances of winning 17 games in a one-possession game are like 0.2. Like, they just kept winning. Okay, so going into the game, Casey's great. Mahomes might be the GOAT. What now? Mayor, what do you got? What in the world happened?
I'm just glad they got splitting.
I'm too.
Hey, all year we've said, I think you've said, they haven't scored past 30 or having a decent offense at all.
Right.
So, yeah, the chances are they've been skating by lucky games. The Broncos got
You have a chippy field goal, and it almost felt like all those little one-score games were just building into this big dam, and it busted today, and they just get scorched in front of God and everybody. Okay, we're sitting here, we're Bronco fans. It feels pretty good, doesn't it?
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it just make everyone feel a little better?
Unless you're Patrick Mahomes. That wasn't fair. Too many penalties.
I'm going to go cry.
Patrick Mahomes finishes the game today. And again, we're talking about GOAT. His stats look better than they are. 21 of 32, 257 yards. He ends up with 3 touchdowns. That's great. 2 interceptions when it mattered. And no touchdowns when it mattered. Patrick Mahomes didn't look very good. And Brad, you and I were talking during the game. Philly did a great job keeping him in the pocket. You're not going to break containment and get outside and create things with your legs and then hurt us downfield with your arm. Philly did a great job with that defensive line.
Philly was amazing. Top D.
And when you have a front four that can get pressure without having to blitz, it's just a completely different animal. I don't want to go homer, but it reminds you of that Denver defense back in 15 where they were just like, hey, no, we can get pressure without blitzing. We can drop 7. We can drop 8, and we're still going to cause a lot of problems. And that's exactly what they did. They were a problem for Kansas City all day. Never saw the KC receivers. DeAndre Hopkins had an Amber Alert issued for him. Like, we didn't see those guys all day. It just was complete and utter dominance by Philadelphia.
So
Yeah. Vic Fangio, ex-Broncos head coach, dialed it up.
No, and you bring up a good point because going into the game, we had looked at Vic Fangio against KC, against Mahomes, and he doesn't have a great record. Hey, old man Vic brought it today.
He brought it.
How many sacks did he have?
He had a great game plan from the very, very beginning, and they kept Mahomes in the pocket. They beat him up. I mean, and when you look at the numbers, you go, okay, he got sacked 6 times. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm not underestimating the sacks. He got hit 11 times in the pocket. That's big.
Hits, pressure, sacks.
Kept him uncomfortable.
He gave the defense an assignment. He said, keep him in check.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And they did it.
Yeah,
and they did it all day. No, and it was very, very good. Hey, we need to get David in here. We need David to get on the mic.
David.
Where's David at?
yeah, he needs to be on the mic.
Hey, David, come here real quick. We want to talk to you real quick. The American steak. Whoever wants to leave.
And the First Lady stays.
And David, I've got a question for you. First name and where are you from?
My name's David.
Yes.
And I'm from Essex, England.
You're from Essex in England.
Yes, sir.
David, I'm really glad we have you here today. David, the Super Bowl over here is this weird party / holiday. I don't even know what you'd call it. You're from Essex, England. You have to have something comparable to this over there, don't you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the World Cup.
The World Cup?
But it's not on this scale, man. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, the amount I've eaten today and drank.
Well, we don't do anything in America without eating. Let's make that crystal clear. We don't do anything. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, it's going to be all about the food. The Super Bowl is just another one of those venues.
Yeah. But also, you've got like Christopher Walken's just popping out to say hello with like a bucket of Popeye's chicken.
Sure.
Just
absolutely
random stuff like that happening. Just Eugene Levy's eyebrows are flying off like a bat.
Oh, they're amazing. They're amazing. He might have won an Oscar just on his eyebrows alone. You're absolutely right.
He's got my vote. Like,
I agree. So is this totally foreign to you? Because you've obviously been in the States a while. You're very well acclimated. And yet, Super Bowl Sunday is a little bit of a different animal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wild, man. I've been there for 10 years and I still don't get it. Like, why
are you throwing a pigskin around?
What? Yeah, like it's a funny shaped football to begin with, but like, why are you stopping so much when you're playing?
Valid question.
We do take breaks, and can I tell you the reason we take breaks, David? It's because we need more commercials for more food to make us fatter, and possibly some pharmaceutical ads that we need to play as well. What
is Jerry eating?
Everything.
Rice.
Jerry
Rice.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget about Rob Rice. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. I'm very fascinated with your whole perspective because it is completely different for you. When you're growing up in Essex, what sports are you following?
Cricket.
Cricket is big?
Oh, big time. Yeah. Still don't understand the rules, if I'm honest with you.
Okay, I don't either.
Cricket, rugby. He used to play rugby.
Okay. And then what happened? You said you used to play rugby.
Yeah, I used to play rugby. And if you look at my build, I was mainly the guy who would throw the ball to and I would run as fast as possible. And the thing about rugby is that you don't have the padding on. The American.
No, you don't.
No,
you're right.
You definitely don't. And you can only tackle below the waist. And if you're running and you get tackled below the waist, you're eating dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. And it really hurts. And
David, did you have a team in England that you followed? Was there a sports team that you were like, that's my team, I'm following them?
Yeah. I used to go to Arsenal games all the time with my dad, my two brothers.
Okay.
And I used to do that and just never really fit in because I always just got tackled and beaten up. And I was like, maybe I'll just be a...
I'll go to the pub.
Maybe I'll just be a side.
Give me a Guinness.
No, I didn't go to the pub for a living.
Now that you're in the good old USA, do you have a team that you're kind of trying to follow? Do you have like a team you're cheering for?
Boston Red Sox.
You're cheering for the Boston Red Sox?
Yes.
What?
It's CJ's what?
How in the world did you get adopted into that cult? How did that happen?
Boston is like if England and America had a baby, and that city is Boston.
Really?
And now I just wanted an excuse to go back there. And I love it.
Is Boston kind of does it have kind of that feel to it?
Oh, big time. Big
really?
Time. Yeah. But anyway, I was walking through downtown Boston.
Okay.
And on top of one of the buildings, there's a unicorn. And that is the national animal thing of Scotland. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you walk through there, also the Boston accent's weird. It's like a bit Liverpool, a bit Irish, a bit American. It's just a weird and interesting place. I don't know. I want to go back there and really drink some Guinness and watch some baseball, apparently.
David is bringing it to the dose today. Like, yeah, I kind of like having him on.
You know, there's a big pot of money left over there that no one's won.
Oh, yeah, we do have a big pot of money. Hey, the mayor drew up these squares, and I don't know what happened on these squares, but there was a Super Bowl square party here going, and now there's just a big pot of money over there. Mm-hmm. What's going on?
We didn't see
Gary.
We were too busy celebrating the Eagles.
That's true.
Be watching Mahomes cry.
Right.
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to chumbacasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to chumbacasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Hurts finishes the game with 221 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and runs for 72 yards. Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts had to win your everything.
Pretty sure. But it's a fun game to watch.
That was an entertaining game to watch for us. For Bronco fans.
I just love seeing Casey lose. So.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to be that way, but we kind of kept watching all season going, you're scraping out these wins. You're getting over on games that you probably don't really deserve to win. And I give them credit for coming up with a win. And yet you kind of felt like, is the bottom going to drop out? I didn't think it would drop out like this.
It's hard to do a three-peat. Come on.
It's really hard to do. Everybody's gunning for you every single week.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
it fell out today.
It did. And I couldn't have enjoyed it any more than I did. Like it was so fun to watch them struggle, to watch Mahomes. And, there's all this talk about, is Mahomes the GOAT? Could we possibly be seeing the greatest? Is he going to supplant Brady? And maybe we should slow down.
Not convinced.
Yeah. Maybe we should slow down just a little bit. Like, kind of see how the career is.
Let's see how the next couple of years go.
Right. Because it's easy to sit here and say in that 6-7 year window where you go, oh, yeah, he's been phenomenal. Okay. But some of these guys did it for, 18, 15 years, whatever. Can we see the second half of his career?
Right.
Can we see him play for someone else?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he's had Andy Reid. That's a huge advantage.
Yes.
John Elway had Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
It's different. I mean, what happens when they go hire the next guy? Does Mahomes still look like this? Is Andy helping him quite a bit?
I think Andy's helping him.
I think he is too. And so I just don't know. Okay, let's talk about some other Super Bowl stuff. Did you see the national anthem? John Baptiste sings the national anthem. He kind of had a little New Orleans flavor. It wasn't bad. It was fine. Did anybody see a commercial that they liked? Any commercials?
Well, I liked the when Harry Mancelli one with the mayonnaise.
Yeah. The Hellman's mayonnaise. Yes, they had Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. They had Sydney Sweeney at the end. Yeah, that was solid. I did like the and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I did actually like Bud Light trying to bounce back. They get Shane Gillis. They get Post Malone. Okay, but
was
I don't.
Peyton in there?
Peyton Manning was in there pulling. Yeah, he was pulling the cart. Yeah, not bad. I don't know that there were that many commercials that I was looking at going, wow, they just crushed it this year.
I thought it was pretty
Average.
pretty
Yeah.
average.
Halftime show. Kendrick Lamar. Any big Kendrick Lamar fans on the mic here?
I'm sorry, Kendrick who?
Yeah, it was fine.
What was that?
Okay, here's what we have to accept. The halftime shows are no longer for us. They're for the 12-year-olds.
No.
They're for the, I know.
Well, the one, was it last year or the year before with Snoop and the whole 90s?
That was a little
good.
better.
That was
Like
pimp.
the old school,
Yeah.
like rappers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Ice-T, Ice Cube.
They brought everybody back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's been a few decent ones that you're like, okay, this one, but we also come from an era where we were watching Up With People do the halftime show. So we're just like, it can't be worse. Like we had like a high school band going out and playing. Like
That's true. Like
at this point, yes. So like, and now we're so spoiled. We're like, well, if it's not a Michael Jackson,
and it
hologram, then what's the point?
it's boob. Then
I know, I was going to say, where's Janet?
See,
Worth.
then what has this all been about?
Where's Timberlake?
Right. Yeah. So then it changes things drastically. Now we look at it and it's almost so over the top that we're underwhelmed every single year. Unless you're going to drag out Prince's bones and, put together some kind of a hologram. Like what are we even watching?
Yeah. Turn it purple.
Yes. Yeah. I would have been fine with that. That's fine. Okay. Let's go through this game a little bit. And I don't want to drill down too deep on it, but from the very beginning, I mean, the Eagles start off and opening drive, they get out to a 4th and 2. They complete a big pass to A.J. Brown, and it's called back for a pretty soft offensive pass interference. And me and the mayor are looking at each other going, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Is that what's going to be?
Yep. I thought for sure that I was like, well, here the refs are
Yeah.
introduced.
We're going to
Kansas City refs.
We're going to
There
get
you
these
go.
refs again.
There
It's
we
going to
go.
be another lopsided game in that regard. And that's not what we ended up getting. And that is what I want to bring you guys to. Final stats for the game. We have Chiefs with 7 penalties for 75 yards, Eagles with 8 penalties for 59 yards. So did these refs finally get it right? Or have we had some tilted things going on before?
I think they finally got it right. And I think that, remember that article I sent you, like the refs were, you guys are knocking us for calling
Right.
calls for Kansas City.
Yeah.
No, dude, you really
Well,
were. And so
Then what did we see today?
they saw them being honest.
See,
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
all right, first name and where you're from. What do we have? We have a new guest here on the Dose. First name and where you're from.
Hi, this is Max, and I'm originally from Chile, but I've been living in here for about 5 years.
Wait, you're originally from where?
From Chile, South America.
Wow.
From wine lovers in the planet, this is one of the best places for you to end up enjoying really good red wine.
Really?
That's for sure.
Okay. All right. Max, you're a sports fan though.
Kind of, sort of, yes.
No, not kind of, sort of. I heard you talking during the game. You know more than the average bear. Who did you grow up cheering for? What sports did you grow up playing?
So I grew up cheering up for soccer, right?
Sure.
The football that you actually play with your feet. And based on that, we basically truly enjoyed the sportsmanship of that one. And most importantly, like the World Cup of soccer, for example.
Okay.
All of those items. So whenever I see the Super Bowl, it's like a really good resemblance of those two items combined. Like a lot of sportsmanship and obviously a lot of happiness from people cheering.
So when you came to the States, how old were you?
So first time ever that I came in here was about 20, and then I'm 38 now. So basically, it's been for the last 18 years of my life, I've been traveling to.
So Super Bowl Sunday, you just saw it in all of its splendor. You saw the eating, the debauchery, the drinking, the nonsense of cheering for this game. Is there anything you can compare that to in Chile?
Absolutely.
Okay, what do you got?
Number one, being on the house of the mayor.
Yes, and the mayor is in effect. No, you're right. You're right.
Being in the house of the mayor is a true honor, that's for sure. He's awesome, by the way. And if I don't say that, he's going to kick me down.
I understand.
So, yeah, it is what it is.
That's why I faced Basil Hayden 10 year.
So in Chile, we will grab the barbecues, right? We will start just el asado, right? That is going to be just all about barbecuing, just all the meats and everything. We will watch the game. We'll get incredibly drunk and everything. And seeing that familiar sportsmanship in here is the same feeling of just happiness of you being with friends, being with people that you never even thought that you were ever going to meet, right?
Sure.
Then you're just enjoying life all together.
You make a great point.
So that is an international, doesn't matter what sport are you cheering for.
Agreed.
If it's going to be American football, it's going to be football, soccer, if it's going to be baseball, if it's going to be just whatever, even, I don't know, Tetris, whatever.
Yes.
The whole purpose of this is as long as there is people together, there is going to be happiness and there is going to be that camaraderie together.
You bring up a great point because sports bring people together that would otherwise never have anything in common whatsoever. And yet when you're all celebrating the play, you're all celebrating the game, it doesn't matter. Religion, race, creed, all goes out the window. Hey, we're cheering for that team and we all hate the Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry, that's me. That's my bad. That's my bad.
I'm pretty sure this whole house erupted when the Eagles scored first.
Right? It did. Like you'd have thought we were all Eagles fans here. Like, I asked if we have any Eagles fans. They were like, not really. Not really. We just all hate the Chiefs. Hey, we have a new guest. We have a new guest on the Daily Dose. Who do we have in first name and where are you from? Good call, Mayor. First name, where are you from?
My name's Andrew and I'm from Greeley, Colorado.
Andrew is from Greeley. Are you born and raised Greeley?
Yeah, that's correct.
What high school did you go to, Andrew?
I went to Northridge.
You went to Northridge. You're a young one. You're a young kid. He's a little bit younger than us. Andrew, going into this game today, who are you cheering for?
I got to go for the Eagles just because last year I was pretty disappointed when they beat my 49ers.
You're a Niners fan. Okay. You want to talk about that, or
no? We can move on.
See, no, right now, Andrew, we're gonna have to go back to that. Andrew, we've got to discuss your Niners because your Niners have been favorites like the last 3, 4, 5 years, just loaded and just come back and they lose a Super Bowl and they just come back and they lose another Super Bowl and they just come back. What is going on for your Niners? How are you feeling right now? I know injuries catch up to everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think we just had too many injuries. Christian McCaffrey really didn't have him mostly all season. No. And then we had Brandon Ayuk, who just got that big contract, go out with the ACL tear and MCL tear. I mean, get your wide receiver core all together. It's really, when you start losing little pieces here and there, you don't really have an offense.
It's so hard to stay healthy. And the run you guys have been on, honestly, has been pretty amazing. Because how many teams can do that every year in, year out? I mean, at some point, you kind of had to slip up a little bit. You've had such a great run, and I know it hasn't ended the way that you wanted, but just the luck of staying healthy, the luck of staying everybody staying out on the field, it was a tough year. Here's the question for you, though. Do you feel like that window is closing? Are you still in the hunt this next year? How are you feeling going into this next season?
With the stuff that I just heard about Deebo Samuel asking for a trade, I mean,
he could land with the Broncos.
Yeah, he could come here.
I mean, he can. I would hope so. Hopefully, we get some picks, or maybe we get Cortland Sutton for you guys, for him.
I'll take that in a minute.
But I mean, if he gets traded, we'll probably get some picks here and there. But otherwise, if our team just gets healthy, I think we might be NFC contenders, but I don't think we'll be Super Bowl contenders.
I've got a question for you, and I hate to bring this up. I apologize. Is Brock Purdy the guy?
Yeah, I think so. I think
with the weapons he has, he can be the guy, right?
Yeah, he can.
Because he has enough weapons.
Yeah, correct. If he does, I mean, this year he did pretty good with 1 or 2 weapons still, I think.
He lost a lot of guys.
So, I mean, he's better than, I don't know. It's hard to say so, but I think he did good this year.
Well, because his hands were kind of tied. He loses, but Christian McCaffrey.
That's a big loss.
That is a big loss.
That's a big loss.
But here's the more concerning question: was that a 1-year thing, or is Christian McCaffrey? Are we running out of time here on Christian? And hey, you're talking to people who love Christian. This is a Colorado boy. Like, this is our guy. I'm not rooting against him, but I'm kind of worried. Running back's not league. They've only got so many carries.
Yeah, short-lived. But I mean, just because we like to run the ball, we're gonna have to keep Christian healthy. We're gonna need a better running back number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And if we don't have that, and if our running back number 2 ain't healthy, then we don't even have a run game.
Sure. And yet, we're all enjoying this Kansas City loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
The chicken wings tasted,
of course,
much better.
Much better today. They're just a little more zesty, just
extra
a little more
flavor.
flavorful. Yeah.
More crunchy, but soft at the same time.
Agreed.
Exquisite.
Agreed.
Sweat.
So the legacy right now, because going into this game, everybody was talking about, hey, if Mahomes win this, is he the GOAT? Is this the guy? Does today's game change that for anybody? Legacy?
He's still got a lot to prove to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You walked into a great team with Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the weapons. You have all that. Why shouldn't you win?
You know, it's interesting because we're watching the game and you're seeing the start and we're seeing it go Philly's way. We're getting close to halftime and we go in at the break and everything is breaking for Philadelphia. Everything we're seeing is, hey, it's Philly's day.
Yeah.
And we're even talking at halftime going, we're not going to have like a Falcons kind of thing. Or like, it's not going to all go sideways on us, is it? And then Chiefs get the opening second half kickoff and they need points like Andy Reid needs lap band surgery. And again, they go out and do nothing whatsoever when the game was in the balance. I know they got the garbage touchdowns late. We don't really care.
Yeah, junk.
Where is all the GOAT went? Like, we need points here, and we get nothing.
Disappeared.
Travis Kelce
was NF. Travis Kelce was NF.
Oh, yeah.
No fact.
You might as well been a DMP.
Yeah.
I heard rumors Taylor Swift was in Kendrick Lamar's suite. I don't know that. I'm just saying.
His one and only interception cost Taylor Swift a Grammy.
See, right there. No,
right
you're right.
on that spot, because she could have easily write a freaking massive hit on terms of like, I don't date zeros, but now she can just, I don't date number ones. It doesn't rhyme, right? It doesn't make it happen.
Right. You're right.
He just cost Taylor Swift a Grammy, so no, that's not going to be
fair enough.
And here's the problem too, because we all sit here and we think about Chiefs fans who've got to be feeling it today. We think about, Mahomes, and that's got to be right. But a couple things I want you to think about. One, think about Patrick Mahomes having to go home to that succubus wife who just every day when he pulls into the garage, it takes him like 30 seconds to just like he has to build up the strength to go in and talk to that woman. And then Travis Kelce, who is used to scoring sixes both on and off the field. Can you imagine the mediocrity that is going on in their hotel room tonight?
Loser.
Oh, just brutal. I can't even imagine.
Guess what? I'm going to write a song about you.
She's leaving.
Breaky heart.
She's leaving him, right? After
we all
this
saw
performance.
His face, right? We all saw his face like all the time. He's like, no, because he's not thinking. His head was not in the game.
You're
his
right.
Head was, I'm going to be forever and ever immortalized in an American icon that is Taylor Swift, right?
Yes.
That she single-handedly brought American football to the new generations on the year 2024 because of her relationship with this guy.
Yep.
And now he's forever and ever going to be, but again, he still costed her a Grammy. Just saying.
No, you're exactly right.
How many times have the Chiefs been shut out this year at halftime?
Yeah, none. Patrick Mahomes saw the biggest deficit of his career on the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. biggest stage.
I think we can slow down on the legacy stuff.
Yeah.
I think we can slow down on the GOAT stuff. It's adorable.
Everyone can slow down, and all the people at Costco wearing their Chiefs outfit.
Agreed. Agreed.
I'm like,
this is just my outsider's opinion.
All right.
Obviously my personal one, or my first ever experience in a Super Bowl, when my in-laws, they actually had my first set of chicken wings, and they had my first, like, okay, here is beer, here is chicken wings. This is what Americans we do on this day, right? So we wanted to give you that welcome, right, to this family.
Sure.
And my first Super Bowl ever was the one when Tom Brady, right, brought from 0 to 34, just like what we just saw. And he made the biggest comeback ever.
Beat Atlanta.
And I'm like, I'm not into American football. Sure. I don't care about these things. Great for the chicken wings, great everything. But then, again, as an outsider, right, I'm seeing that this guy single-handedly, right, grabbed their team as the GOAT. And guys, we're going to win. We got to push harder. We got to bring the game harder. You want to shoot harder. You want to push harder.
Elevated everyone's game around.
Elevated everybody's game. Until they made the biggest comeback. And I'm like looking at my in-laws, right? Is this what American football is all about? This is what you?
Sure.
This is what it's the Super Bowl about? Yeah. And they're like, and they're just like me in terms of like chicken wings and everything, but they still watch the Super Bowl at least once a year. But they're like, from all our years, that's what we've seen. But then everybody else is just going absolutely ballistic. So now I'm seeing kind of sort of the same game, 0 to 34 again. And I'm like, is this guy?
Is he going to be the guy?
Is this going to be not the next Tom Brady, but the best version of Mahomes that exists?
Sure.
Right? Is he going to be that version that is going to be able to win 3 times in a row? And to do that, you got to be like the previous GOATs, like this guy that from 0 to 34, you have history. You have a quantifiable fact in history of sports history.
That's right.
That literally says it is possible to bring 0 to 34 to victory.
Sure.
It is possible. Are we going to do this? And he didn't.
He didn't. He goes out, throws an interception, goes out, throws another interception. 2, by the way, Cooper DeJean, Rosa Parks of cornerbacks in the NFL today. Yeah, wow. We see something completely different there. He's bringing it home for Whitey. Wonder Bread sales are soaring right now. I mean, what in the world is going on? Is that what we thought was going to happen today going into this game?
I had no clue, but
didn't we all think this is going to be a close game? It's going because that's what Casey does. They play close games. It's going to be ugly, and then they
24-28,
right?
Something like that. I didn't expect that at all.
That is not what we got.
I was hoping they'd throw 50 on him.
I was rooting for 50.
I can't wait for all the Chiefs fans that are going to write into that.
Sorry, Chiefs fans. It was not your night. Sorry.
I really wanted that 45-point deficit to get erased. I know our Broncos have the worst loss as far as points. I was really selfishly hoping the Chiefs were going to take that one. Hey, I've got to say a couple things.
I think we got to get the Cowboys fan.
But the Cowboys fan's not going to come talk to us. There's no way.
Zach.
There's no way.
Zach. It's time.
It's time.
Okay, let's get Zach. All right, where's Zach at?
Come on, Zach.
It's been an hour up. I'm going to leave the experts taking care of everything, guys.
Hey,
no, that's him.
Thanks for coming in today. Excellent job.
We
appreciate you being here.
This is what we enjoy, right?
Absolutely.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
We're bringing somebody in. All right, who do we got? We need a first name, and where are you from? What do you have?
Zach, and I'm from Greeley.
Zach from Greeley. Zach, you've got a hat on today. It's making me concerned. It's making me concerned about you just a little bit.
They're brothers, just so you know.
Is that the deal?
These are both my nephews. These are both my nephews.
These are brothers. We have Andrew, Niners fan, Zach, Cowboys fan, coming out of the same household. Did you guys grow up together, or were you separated at birth and you had to fend for yourselves? How did this go?
That's exactly how it went. He's the milkman's son.
No, we grew up together in the same household.
And yet,
just big brother, little brother rivalry.
Okay.
Where it goes from football to baseball. I'm a Yankee fan. He's a Red Sox fan.
Wow. This is a house divided. My goodness. How in the world did you become a Cowboys fan?
So my grandpa was a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
And then I have a uncle that's a Cowboys fan. My grandpa's from Laredo, Texas. So.
Okay. Question for both of you, because y'all are younger. Y'all are much younger than me. Andrew, first, like, kind of favorite team. Like, who is the team? Your Niners team that you're like, that's my guy, that's my team. Who was playing for the Niners when that was your team as a youngster?
Well, Steve Young was playing at that time in Terrell Owens.
Okay. And Zach, what about you? Who were we cheering for? Emmitt Smith was the guy.
Emmitt Smith was the guy.
Hey, Emmitt Smith was no joke. That rivalry going back into the mid 90s, and do you guys remember that? I don't know if I'm guys too young. Okay. That rivalry going back, you want to talk about, they talked about three-peats today. Cowboys nearly go three-peat. Niners nearly go three-peat. I know the Chiefs come up short today, but both of those teams were right there in the 90s. Those were just two monster franchises at the time, winning everything every single year. When they're going through that, so we're talking 92, 93, 94, are you guys just punching each other every single day in the house? How's that going with that rivalry?
That time we had a Halloween costume, so we had little helmets, shoulder pads, jerseys. He had an Aikman, I had Young, and we'd go outside in the backyard
and just beat the crap out of each other.
Oh yeah,
he'd end up with the helmet facing backwards. Well, get up, let's do it again.
Oh, and Dad was the Bears fan.
Big oven in this house. Just, my God, it's anarchy. What in the world is going on? Bears, Niners, Cowboys. Was Mom a Packers fan? What are we doing here?
She was a Broncos fan.
Mom and little brother.
Thank God for Mom.
Mom and little brother are Broncos fans.
Thank God for Mom and little brother. Good Lord, what in the world is going on in this house? This is chaos. So Zach, you're going into the game today. Chiefs, Eagles. I know you can't be cheering for Eagles.
Definitely not.
But can you cheer for the Chiefs? I mean, who are you cheering for going in today?
I can't cheer for them, but I was definitely leaning towards the Chiefs.
Were you?
For sure.
Yeah.
There's no way I could see it.
I get it. I understand. Yeah.
Same division. No can do.
Okay. We gave Andrew grief about his Niners. We asked about if the window's closing. Let's talk about the Cowboys a little bit. Because the Cowboys go out and they hire a head coach and they hire a guy named Schottenheimer, not the good one. They hired the other one. And how are you feeling right now? You're paying Dak big money. You're paying CD big money. You've got another guy that's going to want to get paid. You've got a linebacker that's pretty dang good. He's going to want a lot of money. How are you feeling about going into this offseason?
Well, for one, I am nervous about Parsons.
Yeah, Mike is a really good player.
He is a stud.
Yeah.
And I don't know what is going on in Dallas, to be honest with you. I mean, we had a shot to get Henry. Didn't pick up Henry.
Nope. Didn't need him.
The coaching staff. The coaching staff has always been a question. I mean, since Garrett.
Yeah.
Coaching staff's been tough. But look at the coaching staff now. Where all our ex-coaches have went. You have the Eagles have some of our coaches.
Yes.
The Redskins have some of our coaches.
Correct.
It's like, well, is that the problem?
Here's a question that I have for you as a Cowboys fan. Does Jerry care about winning enough to put the team in front of him?
Jerry just needs to give it up. He needs to hire guys and let them do their job.
Is there any chance going into 2025 that Jerry Jones starts at quarterback at least for one game? Because I feel like there's a shot. We've got a chance.
At least one drive.
He's got the helmet with no face mask.
And it's backwards. I'm just saying.
I feel like there's a chance.
See their football game in backyard?
Yeah. Yes.
His helmet's
Same
backwards.
thing.
Same thing.
Same exact thing.
Looking out of the ear hole.
Click. Did I score?
So, how much faith are you feeling in Brian Schottenheimer right now?
I'm not very confident.
It's a sad state of affairs right now. My goodness.
That's why I said it. He's the one who said I'm going to go hang myself 3 times this week.
I understand.
Watching the
It is rough.
It was definitely horrible. It was probably one of the roughest seasons in years.
Well, because you knew the coaching, you knew the contracts, you knew the situation there, and you're like, hey, can we one last ride? Can we do something? Maybe get into the postseason, maybe make some noise. Is Dak the guy? Are you ready to move on from Dak? How are you feeling about Dak Prescott?
How many more years?
What's that?
How many more years for Dak?
Well, they just signed him that big contract a few years
It's
ago.
a big one.
But he came in solid. I mean, solid quarterback. Took it over from Romo.
Yeah.
And then one injury led to another one. And then Cooper Rush comes in and gets us to the playoffs. And Cooper Rush comes in this year.
Played pretty well at times.
Yeah. But at the same time, he definitely wasn't as good as he was the first year.
Sure. Yeah.
But I do think we need to change it up. But QB spot. This is my thing. Is once these guys like Zeke got paid.
Yeah.
Zeke was running on his tail off.
Yeah.
Once he got paid, I mean his average was like 4 of them.
Sure.
Then Dak comes in, and then now it's like he throws to the other team more than he throws to us.
Fair. No, that's accurate. Defense, you lost your defensive coordinator. He goes to a divisional rival.
Right.
And turns them around. Hey, that division, Giants notwithstanding, it's a stout division. You've got the Eagles, Super Bowl champs. You got Washington, who probably gave Philly their best test of the entire postseason. Now, looking back, is Washington really that good? Are we?
I don't know. They turned it up.
They did.
When they played,
defense is good. Jaden Daniels is very good. He's got a few weapons.
They got a good future.
It looks bright.
I think they got a good future.
They blew the Lions' doors off, and that was unexpected.
That was horrible.
That was so unexpected.
Yep.
I'm giving it for granted. Yeah, they had a few injuries, but
no, they did
lit them up.
But that was not an accident.
No.
Jaden Daniels looked like the real deal. And every time I watch that kid, I know he's like 135 pounds. I'm waiting for him to just get knocked Looney Tunes out of the game. He just makes plays. He throws a really accurate ball. He's really, really smart.
He's good.
And he takes hits, but he doesn't take the hits that are going to end his night. He took that one. That was kind of nasty. But hey, didn't take it to where it's going to knock him out of the game. That NFC East, Eagles, Washington. Hey, Zach, you got to figure these Cowboys out, man. They got to turn this thing around like quick. I know Andrew's got his own problems over there in the NFC West. The Rams look like they're getting it going. I never know what in the world Seattle's doing. In Arizona, I have no idea.
Back downhill. Seattle's always at
I know. In Arizona, I'm looking at Kyler. I know he runs around like he just is a toddler that just took her cell phone and is running around the house. But my goodness, he kind of took a step back this year. This year, we're like, hey, he's got a couple weapons. Maybe he's going to be a little better. I like that tight end kid from CSU. And then just kind of fizzled.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so season's over. Done. Super Bowl's over. We're looking into next year. You got any teams that you're thinking of that you're going, hey, next year, better keep an eye on this team? You got it. And I'm not just asking for everybody to pile on with my home team here in Denver and say, yes, obviously the Broncos with Bo Nix are going to be very, very solid. It looks like they've got, I'm not even saying is there a team out there that
I agree with you on that.
That was a full homer. That was a full homer statement, but I'll take it. I mean, I'm not above charity because it's been so long that we've had anything to cheer about here. Yeah. It's been absolutely brutal. But are there any teams out there that you're looking at going, no, they might get it together. They might be on the rise. Because I look at even maybe a team like Chicago, if they could kind of figure Caleb Williams out. You got no faith in Chicago?
Nah.
No.
Green Bay probably has a better.
The Bears.
Bears, yeah.
Yeah. Bears are the Bears. I don't know if they can have nice things. It seems like they can't.
Baltimore pulls their head out. I think they might.
Baltimore should have.
They have another run.
Baltimore should have been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
They're loaded.
They've been contenders for a while.
Yeah,
Right. And you got the Bills.
Allen needs
some help.
He needs some help.
Allen needs some help.
He got some mediocre help.
He lost his top two receivers.
Yes.
And got them the AFC Championship, and I'm not cutting him any slack, but
yeah, he can only run so many times too.
Right.
And run touchdowns. Like he needs something to throw to now because he's getting
KC looked at deep.
Yeah. And KC doesn't even have an offense. They're mediocre.
Right.
I didn't see them perform the second half of the football season.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
I could see that. But they score 30 finally in the playoffs.
Is there any truth to the rumor that the Cleveland Browns will be looking to trade for Justin Tucker? Because that's just what I'm hearing. He likes them. He likes the Cleveland massage tables. I didn't know if there was anything. I know they've already got Deshaun. I know they've got a few things in the oven, right now, a few irons in the fire, or
there is one in the oven.
Could you get some kind of a discount on a 2-for-1 massage sort of a deal? I hate to bring this up because this is going to anger me to death. We just saw the Chiefs go down. We just saw Chiefs get beat. The dynasty before them was obviously the New England Patriots. How are we feeling about New England getting a new coach, getting a guy that, Tennessee, he won some football games, wasn't always the most quarterback friendly, but are the Patriots going to get this going, or should we be concerned about a return to greatness from New England, or are we not worried about that?
Not worried.
No? We're good on New England?
I think it takes a lot. Like Andy Reid was a great coach in Philly.
Yeah.
It took a while to get a team put together. But, you get that quarterback, just like Bill Belichick had it, had his shot with Brady.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see, we got to have that duo,
I would agree. We talk about it. Hey, go win this game. It's not easy to win in this league. The margin for error is so small. When you look at some of these teams, KC goes out. That's a talented foot. They got taken the woodshed. That wasn't close. You look at a team like Buffalo, in the AFC Championship, they get dominated. Baltimore is literally like 2 or 3 drops away from advancing. Man. So the margin for error is so small. And I know, Niners, Cowboys, you're not feeling great. How many of those games this year, for both of you, were you like, we were that close to winning? You win 2 or 3 of those games. We see it every year. Teams slide, they drop down. One team moves up. They're all of a sudden in the playoffs. The margin for error in this league is so small. If you can just go out and not beat yourself, you might end up being one of those Washington kind of teams that plays their way into the postseason and surprises everybody. So I'm going to give you guys some hope. Maybe your team this next year. Maybe that's going to be them. Or, maybe they're going 5-12 again. Don't worry about that.
I don't know. That sounds like a Dallas thing.
Right? Joke happening?
No, not you. Someone else. Hey, we're going to wind this down. But
we did.
No, I want to say thank you to the mayor. Want to say thank you to Andrew, Zach, Brad, the first lady, David, Brad. I mean, we've had a number of people stop in. We had a wonderful day watching the Super Bowl. We enjoyed seeing Kansas City just get beat down.
Kermit got beat.
Yes. And I couldn't have enjoyed it anymore. Super fun day. But I want to say thank you. We finally got the mayor on the dose. Didn't know if that was ever going to happen. At some point, we're going to have you on, and we're going to discuss the fine art of throwing darts. But it might not be today. But at some point, if you looked behind me, you'd see dartboards, you'd see cardboard cutouts. Hey, the Northern Plains Glitterati is a whole different world. It's been an adjustment. I'm coming around, but it's been an adjustment. It's taken me some time. But I want to say thank you to our hosts. Thank you to everybody coming in today. I thoroughly enjoyed having you. Make sure you go out and you check out the Daily Dose. But thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate you coming in. Hey, next week on the Dose, I know the NFL season is now over. However, nothing is over until we say it is. We are going to be taking one final look at the 2024 NFL season. Might take a look at what we can expect this offseason. We have some interesting things to look forward to. including an interesting draft, some big name free agents, who is going to improve their team, and who could possibly slip from where they were this year. So make sure you check out the Daily Dose next week, and make sure you let a friend know to do the same. Hey, I want to say thank you to the mayor and the first lady, of course, for hosting a wonderful Super Bowl party. I want to say thank you to everyone who contributed to the Super Bowl party. Of course, those cupcakes from Mrs. Dose were phenomenal. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for listening to the Daily Dose every week. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the texts. Thank you for the tweets. Thank you for going over to DailyDoseSports.com and checking out the new things going on over there every week. But more than anything, thank you for sharing the show, for sharing the videos, for sharing the articles with someone that you know. We absolutely love it when you do that. I say thank you to JSP. Could not do any of this without you. I will see you all next Wednesday. Have a great week, everybody. Is there anything you can compare that to in Chile?
Absolutely.
Okay, what do you got?
Number one, being on the house of the mayor.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.